5 seconds, but it's back, so it's okay. So there's like SO possibly in here, probably from licks. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's got 3 in there. Can't break in. I need to respond. So that's a lot of elephants from Loiter. They need a lot of monks to stop that. As you can see, he's getting them 9+3 range. And you see he's just mixing in paladins as well. You want to keep them mixing in the paladins because the paladins can snipe off the monks while the elephants go forward. The Mangadine plumes can as well. We see Siege Ram, SO, some Trebs. See, this is what paladins are for. They're going to so now he's forced to convert the paladins and not the elephants, which is not ideal. Because then the elephants can just steamroll the back. So, and you see more castles going down for Lick. So this is a strong push. And this is where the Persia versus Hun difference is coming. We see Vikings doing Castle Age monks, but you know, he can still convert things and carry on slinging, but they're much weaker than Mayan monks. Even Scorpions from Yo. I think Scorpions is to deal with the elephants as well, but again, if you send in some paladins, mix them in, does some real good damage. This is a lot of army from NaBs. This is going to be very hard for SY to stop, I think. SY and old boys. Another castle from Zuppy. It's just, you know, one team pushes back and they start building forward castles, which makes sense. It really solidifies the ground you make and make another castle. Reduces the ability of your enemy to push you back. Halves and Yos is going to be halves, scorps and monks. But I don't think that's going to work too well. The reason no one's made halves so far is because they are good against, you know, cavalry units, but there's so many archers. Mangadine everywhere that halves just kind of die, and obviously paladins are stronger than halves anyway, so because the halves die so fast, and even eagles, so it's a pretty tough situation. We're really seeing, you know, I mean the Huns can still spam paladins, but paladins are no match for elephants. As long as they don't have too many elephants converted, it should be no problem. I mean, Loiter should get a heresy. No, not heresy. It's the other one. Is it heresy? The one, I think it might be, where that if a unit's converted, it automatically dies. I know Persians don't. Oh, faith. He needs faith. It costs 1,000 gold, but I think it makes units 50% more resistant to conversions. So yeah, his elephants will be converted, but it will take a lot longer, like literally a few seconds. Faith is really strong with the Persians going elephants. Coming up does it make sense? But it's like bugs, so they move faster while holding a relic. Something weird like that. I know Further's bugged and wins. At least I thought it was, maybe they do actually. Viking monks are some of the worst in the game, they don't get Sanctuary. They don't really get anything. They don't get redemption, they don't get lock printing, they don't get democracy, they don't get nation, all these good things. So a lot of Trebs, Mongols and Mayans now, a lot of elephants. I'm surprised not seeing what. Oh, I'm kind of blind. So it looks like, yeah, they cut straight through the middle. And Pike didn't wall the wood line. Oh, Pike. That's terrible, terrible. So I wondered why there were no paladins singing Hua. This is why. Oh, and he's just re-walled quickly, but NaBs are going to lose a lot of trade carts. It's not like GG, but they need to respond to this. He's just going to spam camels there. Probably going to send army back. You can see they're retreating at the front because they know they can't push until they've dealt with the trade. problem. That's a lot of paladins, and Lois is having to, you know, go full army that side. This one ram won't even be able to hit the wall because it's being blocked by the Trebs and paladins. Oh gosh. This is so bad. So they did, yeah, they've deleted all the markets because they're just going to wait until they've dealt with this and then get more trade. They don't want to lose all of their carts. So they're going to mass paladins here. Here comes the Mangadai. So this is going to clear it all up. But that was a really nice snipe from SY. Even here, they're trying to push this side by Wonder with Mangadai and SO, which was supposed to be stopped by this wall from Pike with that one hole. And even here, oh no, he's actually wall behind it. He needs to re-wall this hole, or at least build a gate. So here comes up. He's got to watch out for the SO. He's got to snipe them first, and then going with the Paladins with Loiser. Danger. Oh, but it looks like Vix isn't looking, so... I mean, Zuppy will win this. He's fighting uphill, but the counters will go in front and tank all damage on the Paladins. So yeah, this... Then they're going to rebuild markets ASAP. You see Pike's already got them all up, so... You can see they're instantly going to kick off again. And now the whole part of NaBs is they've just got to hold this side until they have gold again. If I look at it, like, Lix is 7k gold. Zuppy, the thing is that Zuppy still has 2,000 gold. Pike has 2,000 gold. Loiser has 15 gold. Okay, Loiser needs some gold. And Wanda has 600. So it's not the worst. Two players in their team have over 2k gold. Pike is going to re-wall that. They're still getting pushed, so they start something to deal with. I think if they just wall it though, if he just gets this wall up, then they'll be okay. But this is a big push on the right now from old boys like East, because they're all SY players, and it's a Chinese sponsored tournament. So yeah, Zuppy needs to use these, Pike needs to wall that, so it looks like they're going to hold this side. Trade carts are flowing again. And then Loiser needs to start spamming elephants again. It looks like so if someone's going in, so maybe he's doing what I thought, you know, the Viking player makes loads of ground. There's still a lot of monks. I don't know what I think Viking get this I honestly don't know. I've never made Vikings really because they're just that bad. Yep, now they're re-walling because they know they've lost the side, but it looks like Zuppy's going to just recut. I mean, it's not even fortified wall, he can just cut past and push. As you see, like, Pike actually remembered to wall this in the end, behind the forest, whereas SY haven't, so they could just open here still and wander in without any issues. Pike has now finally re-walled this hole, that is good. Castle lost for Zuppy, but again he's still got like 5, so Siege Ram's coming up for Yo, looks like he wants to build rams making eagles again. Yo's just transitioning to lots of different army. It's scorpions plus monks plus eagles plus howls plus apparently plumes at some point because he was getting like bracer and chemistry and things, but I haven't seen an archer from him yet. Heavy scorpions aren't too effective. There's SOs and Manganite shred them. Eagles kill them as well pretty easily. They're good for they kill them. Yeah, so it's Josh on and micro was Yep, they're gonna push in. It's not quite open. Really soon. They really want to push these two sides. Another castle going down to one. It's gonna go down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trebs having a go at it. There's no way you can defend that. Oh, these carts, they all got stuck on the markets. They need to cut this wood really, it's blocking the trade. They're not quite cut. He's trying to cut through here, but there's 3-layer fortified walls there, he can't do any damage. Oh, this hasn't been re-walled. He's gonna come in this side. That's dangerous. Loiser, can you get the wall up? One more time. Oh, he has. Oh, he cut by... Oh dear, he cut himself by accident. But that's a really nice trap though. All these paladins in Yinghua should go down. And if they shoot the Mangadai with the SO, yeah, that's a really good fight for NaBs, I think. Let's see how this pans out. At the same time, I want to see what's going on the right hand side, because NaBs are still getting pushed. Slowly but surely getting pushed back, but Loiser is coming back with more elephants after getting more gold. I'm not sure what the plan of Xiaoshong is. He is Imp, but I'm not sure what he's going to do with that Imperial. I mean, he could carry on just making monks. Oh wow, Viking monks do get... Is it block printing that gives them 12 ring? Something like that. I'm genuinely surprised, but I guess that's all he wanted. He just wanted better monks. A good shot from Zerpi killing 2 Siege Rangers and a couple of Mangadai. Gonna lose it now to Paladins. So now they're just, both teams are fighting on both sides, but it seems like it's going better for Old Boys. 3 rounds on the right hand side from Yo, going to try and snipe all these castles from Loiser, who's got all HP upgrades, Masonry, Architecture and Holdings, 7,000 HP castles, really strong. Now we see lots of grey and purple elephants appearing, which is bad. That's what you want to avoid when you get to that stage. You should go back to Paladins until you've cleared up the monk mass, and then go back to elephants when it's safer. Left hand side, NaBs just kind of sitting. Same for Old Boys. Got a castle here too. No HP upgrades, but I don't think they're worried about that too much. Looks like Lix is going back and he's going to leave it just to Yinghua's Paladins there to defend. Still trying to cut here from Lix in the middle, but Wanderer is not happy about that, sending a lot of Eagles to deal with the problem, walling even more. But this push is really strong. These Scorpions are being more effective than I thought, because none of the siege can get close enough to deal with them. So let's see how this all ends out in the end. More SOs. See that the SOs is running in, there's so many units, the castles aren't even focusing on them, they can get some really good shots off at this point. I need to turn down the game sound, don't I? Oh, the game sound's quite low, thankfully. So yeah, it's just, re-walling this side. They've decided to ditch that side completely, or maybe Zerpi's just going to cut and run in. Pike's re-walling with fortified walls. NaBs are they're just trying to regroup at the moment. They're letting Old Boys push, and they're just trying to regroup. And then make a counter-attack once they've got sufficient amounts of army. Forward siege workshops coming up, Eagles from Wonder coming up. If he could snipe the Trebs and Monks with the Eagles from behind, that'd be really good, and then they could push in from the side with Paladins. If they destroy all these castles, that will stop Loiser's ability to make elephants, which are pretty dangerous. You hear a lot of monk sounds. They're using the monks even just to convert Mangadai. I mean, monks are monks, and Mangadai, they're still really strong. And look at the amount of siege on it. It looks like Lix he's investing more heavily in siege rather than units, because he knows that Xiaoshong and Yo have so many monks, they're converting all of the paladins. A few Mangadai in the back still ready, and then halves, because the halves, they're using halves defensively and aggressively at the same time, because aggressive in the sense that they're pushing with the halves, but at the same time it's defensive because they're just, you know, blocking the scorpions and monks from enemy units. Then again, this is a nice push from Loiser. You can see he's taken out the monks from Yo. Xiaoshong's monks are idling, they don't have any faith. These plumes going to come in, these paladins going to come in. This could be quite a successful pushback, because now they've got rid of the monk mass and made them useless. The elephants are pretty much unstoppable. I mean, none of the other team can make camels, which is also another good way of trying to counter elephants. Zippy wants to push here. He's got a bunch of siege ready and waiting. There's an only thing blocking here is a damaged house. They need to wall behind that. And the pikes obviously re-walled everything here, so that's pretty safe now. And this is a strong pushback from NaBs because the whole part of Old Boys' army was the mass of Scorpions, the mass of monks is what they need. And it's much easier for NaBs to spam Eagles and Paladins and like get their army back than Old Boys. It takes Old Boys longer to make a sizable army. We see even Yinghua's ditched this side. He sent some rounds, so it's kind of like a quote-unquote fake push. Oh, we see some Licks not microing this side. He's too busy on the other side, losing a lot of Paladins to us. So, I mean, Paladins, Mangadai. So that's that raid finished. But all these Paladins and Yinghua may cause problems again. They need the elephants and Loiser back at the front. Now we see it's Zuppy's turn to go mass siege rangers, so we obviously saw Licks investing in a lot more siege. Now it's Zuppy's turn, he's reduced his Mangadai mass, he's going for more SO instead. 8th Wonder bought a lot of stone according to dashboard. I don't know if it really was like 6,000 stone, but he bought at least probably 1,300 to make more castles, make more plumes. When the elephants get in there, I think this is going to be a good fight for NaBs. Game's paused. Is the stream running? Stream's working. Nice, nice. Any complaints? No. Everything seems relatively fine, I guess. I don't know if I should resume the lobby or not. I hope the quality's not too bad, but hey ho. Last minute stream arena. I'm hoping it won't be too long though. I actually have to do some work this evening. Just wanted to... I know the other games weren't streamed today, but I wanted to see... This one had already been like semi-streamed. It's like, you want to see the last games. And this has been a really cool game too. Until now. I guess this is just a pause anyway. They probably just someone had to BRB because it's been 1 hour 20 and like had to go to the toilet or something. There we go. And it's actually pretty lag free, it's nice. Seems like whatever lag issues they have been fixed. And that's another nice thing about elephants. They don't really die to siege challenges. I think they could take a good 3 or 4 hits before going down. Another push on the left from Yinghua. The fact that SY just at will just change sides is crazy. Ah, looks like Wanda wants to push middle again, but he needs to cut. And then he can run into trade with the Eagles. I mean, Eagle trade raiding isn't the most effective, but you know, it is something. It forces him to have to deal with it. It's like the massive SO from Zippy has been destroyed. And we see Lix's transition back into full Mangadai. The way that these players change their unit compositions is interesting. Like at different points in the game, they're like, oh, this isn't working, let's do X. Then X fails and they go back to Y and Z. And there's like 3 or 4 different cycles. Oh, that was a good shot. See, that's what I mean, Scorps are kind of susceptible to that. They're going for the castles of Loiser. You will be able to take him down with the Eagles and Elephants. One, they're trying to repair it, but he can't because he had no stone. The castle will go down, unfortunately, but there's still 3 castles. You kind of want at least 4 if you're doing 4 Elephants, but 3 is, you know, suffice. And he's going to lose those trebs, but I don't think he cared too much. He destroyed the castle, which is what he really wanted to do. Shi Sao Song back with the monks. I think I think Old Boys feel more confident. They're not doing a big back wall because they feel like they're always being on the offensive. And I mean, I think they'd only do a back wall if they were genuinely worried about their trade being raided, but they just don't seem like it at the moment. Oh, he's going to get a drink after this game anyway. Game. Just there's a lot going on. Like on the left hand side, you see Lois has lost half of his base to these paladins, but he's just spamming camels, and obviously Huns can't really deal with camels with only paladins, making a castle in his base even. And obviously Pike can just sling him, slinging loads of food and gold, so he doesn't really need that much eco, just needs a lot of trade. I wonder if they'll run out of wood. That would be very interesting. No one's actually really using the middle. They're trying not to, at least. Pike's not really taking wood in the middle anymore. Again, Lick's trying to cut the middle, but unable to because the SO have gone down, so now it's just going to be Eagles spamming in until all the Mangudai have been cleared up. And Pike's saying, oh, you should go through here, like, send SO cut. Send the Eagles into trade. Oh, that was a nice shot from Mr. Zippy. I wonder if we're going to get another nice shot. Oh, even Pike is transitioning to monks, but he's only got Castle Age monks, he just don't have the +3 range. So that does feel like big shots, but they didn't actually hit anything, unfortunately. Heresy and Faith. So that means the elephants that get converted, I think they get those upgrades too. And Vikings can get Heresy. Does that mean if the Vikings converts an elephant, and then Pike tries to convert it back, the elephant will actually die because it was in Viking possession who had Heresy? That's an interesting thing to think about. I don't know if that works, but it may do. And then Faith makes them 50% harder to convert, so I'm really curious to see how this works, because then it means any converted elephants are effectively more dangerous than when they were before, because they can actually, they'll just die after being reconverted. Pike getting masonry. Oh my gosh, this is a big push. That's a lot of rams and looks. You see, like, it's just how they're so chill. And look at this. Now even Wonder's pushing the middle with Eagles and Plumes, so he can do a lot of damage to the SY trade. And yes, I want to do a lot of damage to NaBs trade. And that's why old boys. I'm going to say it wrong every single time. They really want to damage the trade. But NaBs are reacting to this insanely. Like, it's just how they were able to still apply pressure here. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to have like 10 rams and 20 paladins on the other side and still be able to hold the right side, but they're not anymore. NaBs will push back this side, but Wonder's in the trade. But they don't have many resources to deal with it because most of the, Yo will just spam Eagles and a few paladins actually. More Eagles and Plumes coming, but oh, this is dangerous for NaBs. They need. Oh, they keep rolling around buildings. It's open. The back wall is still safe, but that's not nice. This was supposed to be an extra layer to give them a bit more time. Zuppy has to use his SOL. He has to take out Mangudai and take out the rams. That's horrifying. Even Yinghwa's got so many rams now. I think Loiza and Zuppy have to go full there and just kind of leave Wonder alone for a bit. Or maybe they will just try and push the trade anyway, and we still see lots of Eagles. He's forcing old boys to go back and defend. But these rams, though, like, these paladins can't do anything versus fortified wall, obviously, but those rams, we need to see more camels there from Loiza. Even though he's got camels, there are Mangudai, and the Mangudai need to be killed too, because, see, look, even Pike, he's going to spam wall everything. He'll probably lock the gates soon, because if they got in and held the gates open, that would be disastrous. Big fight. Because if they kill the army, if NaBs kill the army, they'll be able to defend from the rams. Like, rams alone are useless, especially versus Mangudai. We see, look, they're pushing the right-hand side. Wonder is still trying to somewhat push a trade, but he can't quite. It looks like coming back with there's no siege though from Lick, so they can't push through here through Wonder's base. A big shot from Zuppy. Zuppy needs more big shots. He needs to get rid of that Mangudai mass and then deal with the rams. walling behind the gate, Pike frantically walling. Zuppy needs more SOs there. He's sending them there. Elephants, camels, even plumes from Yo. I didn't know he had castles, but he does. He's got very elite plumes. Zuppy trying to go behind. Oh my gosh. But at the same time, they are pushing the right hand side. There are a lot of castles, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Mongol castles. But there are in fact plumes and Mangudai already in the trade of old boys. And they've actually somewhat held the left side, but they still may get in. Old boys still have a lot of rounds. Zuppy needs to micro his Mangonels to take out this one Mangonel from Lix and then focus on the other Mangonels. The monk's doing their work. He's actually taking out castles with siege onagers because he has so many. Wonder coming again, hiding in the markets with plumes, distracting army, killing a couple of trade carts here and there. Oh, they're in. They're into NaBs trade. This is dangerous. There's a lot of rounds. Like if they destroy all the markets, it will stop NaBs trade completely. They don't have any units there. We see Loiza sending more camels, but this is really dangerous for NaBs. Pike's saying, I'm going to build a new market here, so he'll delete all of his markets and build a new one there. He'll delete them once his one's built, so his carts carry on going. I think. Or maybe he won't delete them, no, he will delete them. This is crazy though. The thing is, I think old boys are in the best position. Like, look how many Mangudai Lix still has. He's got so much army. Like, his army's been destroyed on the left-hand side. So he instantly uses his 10 castles just to make 40 Mangudai here and defend this entire push from NaBs. Deleted one market just to kill the plumes. And now Yinghua can fully focus on this left-hand side. This is insane. This is looking good for old boys. And not so good for NaBs, even Yo re-walling this hole for his team. Just the fact they can fight all over the map like this. And you see Pike's actually re-walled this hole. But he needs to re-wall like all 4 or 5 layers and then rebuild the markets in the corner and get rid of these rams at least. So they are trying to trade again. Looks like Loiza's building markets somewhere. The thing is, you look at this, 10 castles here for Lix and no castles for NaBs. Their castles have been pushed so far back, these barracks won't hold up against rams or anything. Very easy to push over. See Catrans coming up from Xiaoshong, he'll make millions of rams now. I don't like that decision. I don't think these walls actually, they were just destroyed. But this is crazy, the way that when they want to, old boys they find a way into the trade of NaBs. Even here, Lix sneaking through with Mangudai, trying to get past Wonder's base. And then still got Mangudai at the front. Heavy Scorpions from Xiaosong, that's a good choice. Viking Heavy Scorp is very useful in the situation. Siege Engineers, Heavy Scorps, and Rams, plus Sling Gold. Really strong play. And now Zuppy's kind of have to fully invest in this side. He actually has quite a few Mangudai here as well. He needs to use his rams to push the trebs. We don't want Loiza losing yet another castle this side for his elephant production. I think the difference is Pike is in castle and Xiaoshong's in imp. It's actually making a bigger difference than you'd think. I mean, it's not the only thing. I think strategically, old boys, just the timing of their attacks. And the fact that NaBs tried to push into old boys trade, but they only had a few eagles and plumes. They didn't have the same massive army required to do damage. And the thing is, even though Trebs have gone down, Lois has lost another castle, which is not good for him. All these barracks are going to go down soon too. I mean, it's not too important in the sense of making units. It's not that hard to make more barracks. It's more about map control. The buildings you have give you control over that space, and if you lose them, you lose that control over the space. So now Wonder's gone from owning this area to not owning that area. Loiza's got a lot of idle camels. I think NaBs are beginning to feel the pressure now. Like, they've had the highest score the entire game, but I really feel they've been slightly on the back foot. they're always one step behind. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they kind of bring it back and then they're pushing again, but then old boys do something which it changes the pace of the game. It's quite subtle things as well. We see at least so now we need to see a counter push here, even more rams, elephants, camels. That's a lot of camels. Like, camels do get shredded by Mangudai, but that amount will kill most amounts of Mangudai. It looks like a lot of siege runners from Zuppy were destroyed there. There is a hole in old boys' wall, so they can walk in and do a big counter-attack if they have a decent number of Mangudai. Sending elephants to the trade. Elephants are very strong. Not great at raiding trade though, too slow. That's what Mangudai and Plumes are for, really. Mangudai are better, they shoot faster and do more damage, and they're much more mobile than Plumes, they can actually run away. And even though there's a lot of camels, I think there's far too many paladins, you know, for the camels. We see Pike rewalling yet again, all the trade carts and NaBs going spare. Loiza needs a lot of food, he has no eco, no farms. Maybe he needs to make more bills, I don't know. Maybe they're just relying solely on trade. Some eagles got in, but again, this back wall should protect them from any raiding. They'll send a few units to deal with it, like they don't want them raiding the farms or woodline, but they won't actually get into the gold part of the economy. But again, they're just pushing so strong. 2 more castles. Lix has how many castles? Is there a stat that tells me how many castles he has? Lix has 13 castles. Zuppy has 6. The other Mongol player has double the castles. That's absolutely insane. He's just destroying the markets with elephants and getting converted. That's actually pretty hilarious. 3 Mangudai from Lix causing problems. Yo coming in with the siege rounds. Where the heck did they come from? The top? I think Pike needs to go in to do the same thing. He needs to make units to help the team. Like, even just mass rams still helps the team. Castle Age Vikings for this long isn't going to work. Again, being raided by eagles. Again, they're going to have problems. It looks like Lix is going full for the SO while Yinghua is going for the rams. We see more castles from Zuppy coming up in the middle of the trade. Which is unfortunate because it's blocking the trade, but it is essential at the same time. Like, if you look at the old boys team, there's 2 castles even in the corner of the map just to protect the trade. This is really crazy. See, look, even Mangudai getting in, there's a hole again, because even though there's like 4 layers, there's weak points. And old boys just exploit the weak points and just blast in. Maybe Loiza wants someone to go here because it's open there. I mean, they could, if they send a lot of Mangudai, you know, Zuppy could do serious damage to old boys' trade. Still fighting on the right hand side, avoiding left hand side, running paladins through, being chased down by camels. Even more rams trying to get rid of these walls of pike. So many monks. The thing is, Vikings don't get redemption, so the SO are immune to monks. Not immune to evil, so evil is still pretty dangerous. So many paladins from Huns, though. The ability for Huns to make paladins. What is it, 20% faster low production? It's something crazy like that. They can make so many knights. And he's just pushing and pushing the trade. Even here, there's still camels chasing around. Wonder wants to push here, but he needs 1 SO from Zuppy just to push through. And they're kind of just holding the right side or trying to hold. And Loiza's saying go straight through here like it's completely open. Oh, he tried to sneak in vills. Oh, that's so nice. You could like build stables. 1 vill survived. Oh no, Lix found it. That's from both players. To sneak vills through and for Lix to have the Mangudai and find them requires, and then be able to do all these other things. So he found those like 5 sneaky vills. and still trying to push on the left and right. It just requires such incredible micro. Just the ability to see the whole map while doing everything at the same time. That's what really distinguishes 2K players from 17, 18 plus. Like, the 17, 18 plus guys can fight in one spot, usually two, but they usually miss the subtle things, and it's just amazing.